Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Viatris Incorporated V.T.R.S just filed a Form 8K detailing a new loan agreement, and I am seeing a key detail about how they plan to use it. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company just secured a significant new credit facility, and it tells us a lot about their near-term financial strategy. So Viatris Incorporated VTRS has filed a current report with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which we call a Form 8. These are filed for really important events that happen at a company. Think of this as a public announcement of big news. In this case, the big news is about a new loan. Viatris, a major player in the healthcare industry, more specifically in drug manufacturing, which covers both specialty and generic medicines, has entered into a new credit agreement. This is especially interesting given their market cap is around $19 billion. This filing is dated the 1st of July 2026, and it's about an event that happened on that same day. The core of this filing is about entering into a significant agreement. Viatris has signed a new loan deal called the Amended and Restated Term Loan Credit Agreement. This is for a term loan credit facility, which is essentially a loan that needs to be paid back over a specific period. The amount of this loan is 40 billion Japanese yen. That's a substantial amount, and it's structured as a senior unsecured term loan, meaning it's not backed by specific assets, which usually comes with higher interest rates. Interestingly, the administrative agent for this loan is Mizuho Bank Limited. Now, here is the key detail. The money raised from this new loan will be used for general corporate purposes. But crucially, it will also be used to pay off an old 40 billion yen loan that Viatris had taken out back on the 1st of July 2021. This essentially means they are refinancing their debt, replacing an older loan with a new one. This is a common practice for companies to potentially get better terms or manage their debt structure. The agreement also details who will be guaranteeing this new loan. Several subsidiaries are named, including Millen Incorporated and Utah Acquisition Sub Incorporated. There are also some specific exclusions for certain types of subsidiaries, like those involved in receivables financing or a specific Dutch entity called Finco, under certain conditions related to asset holdings and EBITDA. This level of detail is important for understanding the full scope of the credit facility and who is on the hook if Viatris can't repay. Regarding the cost of this loan, it will initially carry an interest rate based on the T-bill rate, which is a benchmark rate in Japan, plus an additional 1.10% per year. What's interesting here is that this margin can change. It will fluctuate based on Viatris credit rating from major agencies like S&P, Moody's, and Fitch. This means if their creditworthiness improves, their borrowing costs could potentially go down, and vice versa. The agreement also includes standard conditions known as covenants that Viatris must follow. These include things like providing financial statements and giving notice of any defaults or important events. There are also limitations on things like taking on more debt, selling assets, or making certain investments. A specific financial covenant requires Viatris to maintain a leverage ratio of no more than 3.75 to 1.00 at the end of each fiscal quarter. This leverage ratio measures how much debt a company has compared to its earnings. Keeping this ratio below a certain level is important for maintaining a good relationship with the lenders and avoiding a default. The Amended and Restated Term Loan Credit Agreement contains default provisions customary for facilities of this type, which are subject to customary grace periods and materiality thresholds, including, among others, defaults related to payment failures, failure to comply with covenants, material misrepresentations, defaults under other material indebtedness, the occurrence of a change in control, bankruptcy, and related events, material judgments, certain events related to pension plans, and the invalidity or revocation of any loan document, or any guarantee agreement of Viatris, or any subsidiary that becomes a guarantor as described above. If an event of default occurs under the Amended and Restated Term Loan Credit Agreement, the lenders may, among other things, declare immediately payable all borrowings. The default provisions in the Amended and Restated Term Loan Credit Agreement are applicable only from and after the closing date. Amounts borrowed under the term loan credit facility become due.